All right. Yeah. Good morning to you all. Thank you for joining this session of AWS course. My name is Ravi and I'm going to guide you on the course. Right. So I hope you're all able to see my screen. I hope so. Let me share my PPT. If you have any doubt, please raise a hand so that uh, we can discuss the doubts at the end of the session. Right. So I would request all to mute yourself so that the session goes well from all. Yeah. So today we are here to discuss about AWS course, what is this course, what kind of stuffs we do, right? So coming to myself, my name is Srujan. I'm sorry, my name is Ravi, and I am having around 7 to 10 years of experience working as an AWS consultant, right? So I would guide you on how to go for the course, how to prepare for the course actually, right? As we all know, the cloud is evolving a lot actually. There are various kind of clouds available in the market. Some of them are, let's say, one is AWS, another one is Azure, right? And another one is GCP, right? So these are different kind of platforms which are available and used by the real-time world, right? So before going into the cloud and all, let's start from the scratch. Okay, let's discuss what is computers, what are the happening, right? And based on that, we will proceed for the course of the AWS, right? So we will discuss what is computer today and how the evolution of computers happen and what is mean by computer, what is the data centers, what is cloud technologies, what are the differences between the computer, data center, and the cloud technologies, so that it will give a brief understanding, a clear picture, like differentiation among these three topics actually. Okay, so coming to the introduction part of the computers, what is mean by computer? A computer is an electronic device for storing and processing the data, typically in the binary form according to the instructions given to it in a variable program. Okay, so it is basically an electronic device which will have a various parameters, and what it does is it will help us to complete our task, whether it's like seeing the movies or reading the documents, right, or filling any application form in the online. So for these kind of instructions, a regular activity is managed by the human is being managed by the computers automatically. Okay, so that is what a computer does. Now coming to the data centers. Okay, before going into data centers, what is computer? Computer means basically one house will have one laptop, or let's say one user will have one laptop that is visible to you. You can touch it, you can use it, right? And if you want, you can repair it from your end also. If you want, you can upgrade it also. That is what computer standards we have. We have a full command on it, and we can do whatever we want on that specified computer or a laptop. What is meant by data center then? A large group of network computer servers typically used by the organizations for the remote storage, processing, distribution of large amount of data. So now data center is like a having almost 100 to 200, let's say 500 computers which are located at one place. Okay, it is almost the size of a football court actually if you go. Okay, so data center is nothing but it is a location where a n number of computers of high configuration, let's say about of 250 GB of memory, or 500 GB of memory, right? So these kind of configurations things will be available there, right? And we will discuss that how it looks like also in the coming slide. So data center is a large group of network computers servers typically used by the organizations for the remote storage, processing, distribution of large amount of data. Okay, so for the simple example I will give you, let's say for example, you take IRCTC, right? We used to do booking of the tickets on the HD website, right? So during Tatkal time, many people will log in and try to access and book the tickets, right? So that all stuff is done with the help of the data centers. Okay, they will create an application, they will install on n number of computers, and as per the load, they will manipulate and they will help in processing your services with the help of the devices provided for these services. Okay, you can't see it, you can't visualize it, but in the backend it happens like that. Okay, now coming to the cloud technologies, what is this cloud technologies? Okay, there is a myth, people thinks that the cloud technology means all the computers will available in the cloud. No, it is not like that actually. Cloud means getting the services as quick as possible in a low budgeted cost, basically. Okay, so what is the main difference between data center and the cloud is data center, if you have a data center or if any organization has a data center, then he has to take care of it. Means he has to pay the bills for it, he has to pay the money for the maintenance also. If something breaks down, the organization has to take care of it. But coming to the cloud technologies, basically here is the whole headache is of the provider actually, cloud service provider. Here the only thing is pay as you go model. Pay as you go model means whatever the service you want, you go, you pay it, you use it and delete it. Okay. It is same like the services you use in the online also. Okay. So it is like online shopping. You go into the website, do the shopping, log out and complete. Right. So that is the same fashion with the cloud technologies also. So coming to the definition wise, the cloud is a virtual space that exists on the internet. It is a storage space where the people can place their digital resources such as software, applications, and files. In simpler terms, we can say that the cloud is a virtual storage place on an internet. Okay. So I hope you got the differences in the computer, data center, and the cloud technologies. Okay. So now going to the next slide. So this is how the cloud technology looks, friends. Okay. If you see, he is a user, right? He is trying to access the cloud technology. Means he is staying somewhere in the remotely and is trying to access the services provided by the cloud technologies. If you see in the green boxes, these are all the servers actually, which will have a configuration of high configurations of CPU memory and with the required OS on it, and having a network connectivity and everything. Same like a computer, but it is not in touch with us actually. Okay, and this user will access the application which has been installed on this physical devices, and it will be in touch with the database. So whatever the thing he wants to do, he will access the application and access the database actually. Okay, for example, I will tell you, you have heard about the OTT platform which is running a great right now. The Netflix is relying on totally on the cloud actually. Okay, so you can see all over the globe people are accessing via computers, via phones, via tablets, right? Those much of load is managed by the cloud technologies. We are not sure which cloud provider they are, but the whole Netflix concept, the whole infrastructure maintenance is totally relying on the cloud actually. Okay, so this is what the cloud technologies looks. Okay, so coming to the cloud, there are three types of cloud: infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. We all know this IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS, right? So based on the requirement, if you need that infrastructure requirement, then we'll go for IaaS. If you need any platform like kind of services, then PaaS you have to go. And in the software, suppose you need any software you want to run, right? Then that is also been managed by the SaaS. Okay. So let's go a little bit further into the primary level, which is called as a compute. Compute refers to physical servers comprising the processing, memory, storage requirement to run an operating system. Okay, what it means is compute is nothing but a physical device which will have a motherboard. Okay, it will have a CPUs, it will have a memory, it will have a network cards. Based on that, it will have operating systems which will help to integrate the communication of the user and the computer. Basically, computer knows only one language, that is binary, 0 and 1. Okay, but the human doesn't understand the binary and he cannot transfer his requirement into binary every time. So for that purpose, the OS comes into the picture as an interface. In the world, there are various kind of OS available, but the top OS available are Windows and Linux. So most of the services are relying on the Windows and as well as the Linux. Okay, so coming to the processor, what is mean by processor we'll discuss, what is memory we will discuss, what is storage and networking. So these are the four parameters which are very, very important to run any compute actually. Okay, so going to the next one, what is mean by CPU? Central Processing Unit. A CPU is a brain of a computer and carries out the instruction of a computer programs. Okay, so like how we run our instructions, right? In the same fashion, CPU will also run the instruction. What kind of instruction means? Let's say you want to browse a website. Let's say you want to run an application in the system. For that purpose, the CPU will come and run your instructions from their end actually in a sequential order as you requested. Okay. And coming to the memory, as we all know, within a computer memory is a very high speed storage for data stored on the integrated circuit chip. Okay. So RAMs will be of different quantity, starts from 1 GB to almost 1 terabyte of memory usage. So depending upon the user's requirement, the memory changes here. Okay. Now coming to the storage part. If you see in the right hand side, it is like a disk. It is totally looking like a hard disk, portable hard disk, right? It will have a disk of three or four in which the data will be read and read on that actually. Okay, so storage is a location for the operating system files and also optionally data. Okay, so this is typically a local disk stored within the computer or a network disk attached using a block protocol such as iSCSI. Okay, so iSCSI means it's a type of instruction where the read and write concept on the disk will execute in this actually. Okay, so now coming to this network. Network means internet. Without internet nowadays no work is been done, right? So how the network connects to the machine or to the anything with the help of a NIC. NIC is called as network interface cards. Okay, NIC means N for network, I for interface, C for cards. So it will helps to communicate among the devices, computers, servers, and the network. Okay, it is almost like a modem, like how we put a router in our home. In the same fashion, every computer will have modern type concept called as NIC. It is a simple card which will helps to communicate with the network. Okay, so if you see this, friends, in the left hand side, you can see an engineer is there. This is how the data center looks. What I discussed in the starting slide, right? So these are the different kind of machines available in the market or in the data centers. You can see it is simply like a CPU board. Okay, but the configurations will be high, and a lot of data is stored here in this data centers actually. Okay, I was telling even the YouTube is totally relying on the cloud platform, right? So you can imagine the n number of users are there, their data, their information, whole thing will be stored in this data centers actually. Okay. Now, coming to the physical servers, you will have three kind of physical servers. Just for the reference, I'm telling, no need to remember these things. Just for your understanding, I'm sharing this. Rack server, blade server, tower servers. Okay, so it is like a shift and carry. Means if the machine is breakdown, just remove it and get a new one and stack it into it. Okay, it's a simple concept. Automatically, everything will be enabled. So there is no extra efforts are to be put for this actually. Okay. So now, till now, we discuss what is servers, what is and all. But there should be a difference, right? We are hearing the word servers buzzword, right? So there should be difference between the computer and the server. Computer means the regular machine which we use in our day-to-day activities. The server means what is it? Means it is also same. Then what's the difference in it? Server is also used by the user. Computer is also used by the user. So there should be some differences, right? So let's discuss what are the similarities between the computer and the server. Okay, so computer means uh, it will have a CPU for the processing. If you see in the servers, it will also have a CPU for the processing. Same. Now coming to the RAM, both are same. Computer and server both will have a RAM in it. Okay, and coming to the storage, obviously the storage is required for either the server or the computer, right? And the network cards. Network cards are also required for computer as well as server. These are the similarities. of computers and as well as servers. Then what are the dissimilarities of this? If you go next, the first difference is the operating system allows only single user to log into the given time. Okay, what it means? Suppose you are having a laptop in your home, okay, and or a CPU, or let's say or a desktop, okay. So only one person can log in at a time and do his work. That means what happening here is till that person completes his task and get log off, then only the another user will come and start working on it. Okay, so there is a dependency. Then what about the server? Server means in this you can in this the multiple users can log in into the servers at a time as per the licenses. Means you don't need to wait for a person till he get exit. No, it is not like that. You are having a five friends and they are installed in server, then the whole five members can log in at a time and do their task on their own actually. So that is the beauty of using the servers. And servers are using in a large scale in the organizations and in the development or in the production levels also. Okay, right. For computers, we need some input devices. Let's say like a keyboard, mouse, right? Here you can connect with the help of an RDP. Okay, RDP means remote desktop protocol. Okay, so here n number of users can connect the server, but what is the procedure? There should be some procedure, right? How they go. So for the Windows it will be different, and for the Linux there is a different procedure. Coming to the Windows, you will use RDP, remote desktop protocol. Okay, you have simply connected. I will show you in the coming sessions on that. Okay, you connect to the RDP. Even if for example I would say one person is staying in Hyderabad, one person staying in Bangalore, and another in Delhi, all three members can connect to the server at a time without any issue with the help of this article. The only thing they should have a permission to access this specified server. Okay, the same way in the Linux also. Linux is a little bit different as compared to Windows. Okay, so that is what the difference between the computer and the servers. Okay. Right. Now coming to the cloud computing is on-demand delivery of IT resources and applications via internet with a pay-as-you-go pricing. It's the simplest form. Cloud computing provides an easy way to access server, storage, database, and application over the internet. Actually. Okay. So before going further, friends, any doubts, please let me know. If you have any doubts, please let me know on that. Till now, or you can, if you feel shy, you can chat also. Okay. Okay, you are good so far, right? Thank you. Thank you, Jagannath. Okay. So now going back to slides. All right. So this is how the data center looks, friends, actually. Okay, you can see it's like having a cupboards, racks, right? It will have machines, and on top of that, you will have a cabling, channeling, everything will be there. Okay, and the whole infrastructure will be maintained with a specified temperature also. If you enter into data center, it will be very very cool actually, because that much of heat is generated by the system. If you use a laptop, you can imagine like how much heat is extracted. In the same way, if you think like 200 to 500 machines are in a whole room, then how much heat it will generate, right? So for that also, they will have a weather conditioning level of air conditions will be there for them. Okay, and this is the one engineer who is checking our infrastructures and all. And this is the outer view of the data centers. Okay, and if you all know, like AWS has its own data center in Hyderabad also. Okay. Soon the Azure is also going to launch its cloud infrastructure in Hyderabad also. Okay. So slowly, these are things happening in India also. Okay. If you see it almost the size of a football, two football courts, this much is a maintenance and everything happens. Okay. So this all this burden comes on the organization or the user. So to bypass these kind of usage or these kind of headaches, people are going and migrating towards the cloud, so that you're paying for what you're using it. Okay, so what is the advantages of the cloud computing? There should be some advantages, right? What is the variable and capital expenses? What is the economics of scale? It is just a brief. Don't means put much. thinking on it. It's just for your understanding, I'm sharing this. Okay. If you see, there are six types of benefits. One is savings, efficiency, accessibility, reliability, flexibility, and security. So these are the few things which will help when you go via cloud computing benefits. Okay. So capital expenses. Capital expenses is a big initial investment which is generally made upfront to set up one's own infrastructure and upgrade existing infrastructures. Okay. For example, setting up a new data center includes buying building space, power backups, generators, rack servers, storage equipments, network cablings, right? And adding new servers to existing infrastructure to add capacity, and maintenance cost, which include buying a new hardware for replacing when there are hardware failures. Okay, so these are all the expenditure which will require by owning our own infrastructure sector. Okay. Now operational expenditures are like no initial upfront cost on this. Okay, right? And has a pay for what you use model. The best suits the public clouds infrastructure. Okay, it includes renting infrastructure like servers, has no maintenance cost at all because everything is managed by the cloud providers. Okay, it will have very less operational cost which is needed for having a cloud engineer or do the admin task actually. Okay, so this is operational expenditure. That means once the cloud infrastructure is established, the only thing is the user has to come and use it and go. Okay, so there is no need of giving the maintenance for this and all that stuff. Okay, so what is the difference between the capital expenditure and the operational expenditure? Capital expenditure is a significant one. You have to pay and you have to bear for it. Upfront cost means you have to create your own infrastructure. Right? At that time, you have to invest a capital. That is the thing. So ongoing cost, capital expenditure is low. Okay, and for the operational expenditure based on usage, suppose user is using high, then the ongoing cost will increase. Okay, and coming to the maintenance, capital expenditure means you have to maintain it, right? You have to invest and you have to check in and outs of it. If any damages, we have to take care of it. But coming to the operational expenditure, like a cloud, you just very low because you're just using the services. You don't care about what is happening in the backside. Okay, I need my services to be done. That's it. So there will be low operational cost also. Okay, maintenance cost also on this. Sorry. Okay, and if you want to turn down the capital expenditure, if you want to terminate or if you want to delete the infrastructure, it will take a time. But coming to the operational, it's just in a few clicks. You create a server, use it, and if you want to delete it, it just take a few clicks and few seconds. But if in a capital expenditure, suppose you are managing the data, then that means you have to create it. Now you have to dismantle it. You have to release everything. You have to release the engineers. You have to release the hardware resources, dismantle it. So it's a big headache task actually. So coming to the clouds, there are three types of clouds: private cloud, public cloud, hybrid cloud. Let's go into definition. What is a private cloud? A private cloud is a cloud service that is exclusively offered to one organization. Okay. By using a private cloud, an organizations can experience the benefit of cloud computing without sharing resources with other organizations actually. Okay. So what it means is the organization are the solo owners of this private cloud. That means they are going to use that cloud. Okay. Whatever the things they want to do, they will do. So no other third person can log into that private cloud and do their activities. Okay. So most of the security levels, if you need a high security levels, then people go for the private cloud. But it is highly expensive because you have to take care of it in and out on your own actually. Okay. So coming to the public cloud is a cloud deployment model where computing resources are owned and operated by a provider and shared across multiple tenants via internet, which is AWS, Azure, GCP, DigitalOcean, Alibaba.com. Okay, so these are the different cloud providers which is going on right now currently. So most of the organizations are going towards and learning the public cloud actually. It will help you to understand more on that actually. Okay, here it is not like that. Once you are using, so no other can use. No, they will share the resources. Suppose I am having two users, the two users will same the same resources, but they will have a security barriers up. So one person cannot understand what the other person is doing, vice versa. Okay, so that much of security norms these cloud provider follows. It is not easy to breach data there also, because they follows a different high level norms for the safety and the protection of the user's data and application. So what is a hybrid? You can understand with the name hybrid. Hybrid is a combination of both public and the private. Suppose an organization or user want to use the public cloud and the private cloud both. And in that case, they will go for the hybrid. So these are different parameters, friends. Okay, like costing, security. Just for understanding, I'm sharing this. We don't need to put much efforts on this. Coming to the public, the examples which you can remember for public cloud is AWS, GCP, Azure, IBM, and Oracle also. Now coming to the private, it is like VMware, HP, Dell, OpenStack. So these are the softwares which will help to run the private cloud actually. Okay. In the same fashion, hybrid. What is mean by hybrid? Hybrid is like a Stack, VMware, Cisco, IBM. Okay. So depending upon them, they will organize that. Okay. If you observe, see, the maintenance is low for public. If you go for private and hybrid, there is some expenditure you have to maintain actually. Okay. Right. So these are the basic things. Infrastructure as a service we know, platform as services we know, services. Okay. So yeah, I will guide you the history of how the virtualization came back. Before the cloud was introduced, people used to use a word called VMware. If you go 10 years back, their data centers were there. How they were managed with the help of the VMware. VMware is a virtualization tool which will help to use the physical resources by n number of virtual machines. Virtual machines are nothing but a VMs, basically a computer, how you log in into it, right? Okay, it is simply you have a laptop, install the hyperware or install the VMware on it. On that, install the hypervisor. Okay, create one server in it, install the application, install the OS, and run it. Parallelly, you create one more VM into it and use it. So what is happening here is with a single hardware devices, you are using multiple VMs, multiple machines into it, virtual level. Means at a time you are creating and using 5 to 6 application at a time. Okay, on a different VMs. Those are accessible. Now think it in a large scale. Suppose the data center have 200 to 500 physical machines. On that, you will install the VMware, run it, and see how much productivity increases with the limited hardware resources. So that is what called the virtualization. So VMware was the top and is a top in virtualization platform. And coming to the cloud is the next level of virtualization levels. Okay. If you see this diagram, this is a hardware on that OS is installed and then hypervisor is installed, and you can see three VMs are available. VMs are nothing but same like how you log in into it, right? All right. Okay. So this is what I thought to share with you. Okay. So till now, any doubts? I will try to clarify, friends.
Yeah, hi Ravi. I sent you a message. I just want to know, what are the day-to-day duties for the as the AWS Solution Architect, right? So, compared to
Yes.
a
Yeah.
developer, a backend developer, right? Usually, the backend developer also does the a cloud operations, like deploying AEPS
Mm-hmm.
or watching a
Mm-hmm.
cloud watch. So,
Mm-hmm.
coming to the AWS Solution Architect, what makes it as a different from backend developer?
Yes. Yes, yes, yeah. Thank you, Lokesh, for the question. Actually, here what happens here is the solution architect is a person who gives a blueprint of creating the infrastructure from our end, actually. Okay, the thing which you're telling, like the developer side, the developer will also have a permission on the cloud, but that is totally a DevOps platform. Okay, let's discuss about only AWS Solution Architect platform. In this, you will start from the scratch. Suppose you are a customer, you came to me and you say, see, friend, I am having this is the resources, this is the software, I want to run this. For that purpose, you will share these are the VMs, this is the minimum resources required to stack up your infrastructure. Okay, so the solution architect is like simply an architect who will design and maintain that infrastructure. So what he will do is he will provide the VMs, he will provide the servers to you. From the next end, the developers will come and they will install that application on that specified instances or specified servers. Okay, if the developer team says that there is some differences in the maintenance or in the performance, then the solution architect person will come. He will check the infrastructure level. If there are any in and outs to be done, that is to be taken care by the infrastructure by the solution architects. So if you go for the hierarchy level, the first will come AWS administrator, then comes AWS consultant, and then comes AWS solution architect actually. Okay, so solution architect is like he can give the blueprint of how you can create the infrastructure actually. Okay, he will configure the S3 buckets, he will configure the cloud watch also for you. Okay, so that the developer team can use that. Okay, you will configure the cloud front also. So here if you see the word configure, so you will be the person who will configure and hand over the infrastructure to the users actually. I hope you got it right, Lokesh.
Yeah, mostly I got it, but the thing is, right, like, okay, let me give my background. So right now I'm doing a Terraform scripts for the creating a ECS services and the SQS. Those all services
Mm-hmm.
created by the Terraform scripts. So those are things
Yes.
which I'm doing right now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so when coming to the solution architect, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you said it is clear. Like, so we need to create a blueprint for a new applications. If they want to come
Yes.
on the
Yes.
cloud, we need to create a
Yeah.
blueprint, like what we like what it's supposed to be. Okay.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Mhm.
So and the solutions also and day-to-day activities also. We suppose if you want to set up an infrastructure or there is some performance issue, if you want to fine-tune that also, that is also like business as usual activities as you tell, right? So day-to-day activities also managed by the solution architects also.
Okay. Okay.
Right? And the thing which you're telling is the infrastructure as a code because you're using the Terraform, right? With a simple script, you are creating the infrastructure and provisioning. So that is also comes under the architect role also actually.
So the architect like works on the like those scripts also, right? Like creating libraries for
Yes,
those
yes,
scripts.
yes.
Mhm.
So not going for the manual, you are using the automation. Simply you run the script, the whole infrastructure will be created for you actually.
Yes. Yes.
Mm. Yeah.
And also, are we going a cloud formation or a Terraform scripts? Like, means before that, right? Like, how difficult? Not how difficult. Like, how many days we need to spend to learn this one?
Basically, Lokesh, I would say 1 month is fine to understand and learn the topics of the cloud. But if you really want to prepare for the certification, right, you need to get a real-time experience also. What I suggest to the friends or students is like first you learn the course, get some real-time experience of 1 year or 1.5 year, and then go and prepare for the solution architect examination, and that is first associate level. Go for associate first, and after 5 years or 4 years, go for the professional level. Right. So
Oh,
so
in the
1 month
solution
is
aspect, like
sufficient.
we have two levels. One is associate, and the other one is a
Yes.
professional. Okay.
Professional. Okay, if you go for associate means it's a basic like he knows in and out. Professional means
Mhm.
your
Okay.
expectations will be very high. It's like damn high. I mean, he will think that you knows everything. If something happens, you will come and do it everything for you actually. So for that
Okay.
you need some experience real time, at least 3 to 4 years. And what they suggest AWS also is first complete associate, then only you are eligible for this professional level with 2 or 3 years of experience. Like that is such.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that is the hierarchy, that is a procedure for preparing for the examination.
And also, like, are we going with the cloud formation or a Terraform in this one?
Uh, I have to check actually. Basically, I'm going to show you how to go for this preparation because in certification or in associate level, we don't need to prepare for the terraforms. If you have interest, it's just an add-on for us actually. But
Okay,
I will
yeah, yeah,
show you,
yeah.
I will tell you what is cloud formation and how it works in the real time.
Okay, okay.
Right. I will share that course syllabus also so that you will have a handy on that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So, any more
So,
doubts, friends? Yeah.
yeah. Ravi, that means like your course syllabus covers for 30 days.
Yes, yes. The course duration is 30 days, Janardhan. Actually, okay. Every day 1 hour. Okay. If sometimes
Okay.
something I was like I am off on 2 days, then we will extend it for 32 days. But most of the time, 30 days is a bracket which you have set so that it should complete on time, so the student cannot lose their time and interest. So every day 1 hour. So 30 days is a course duration.
Okay.
I'm not telling that if you complete this course, you directly go and write a certification. I would never recommend that also. Because every person has own level of understanding, right? First
Yeah.
understand the AWS course, learn it, do the hands-on, and then think about the next level of certification. Because what the people think a myth, like if you have certification you will get a job. I'm telling that yes, you will get a job, that is guaranteed, but without the proper knowledge and real-time experience, right, you cannot, you get panic when you go into the work infrastructure. That is what I
Mm.
suggest. Yes. So, so this is what I thought to prepare and show to you today. So when everything is fine, we can proceed.
Yeah. When you say like after 1 month have like a real time
Mhm.
experience before going to certification. So when you say
Yes,
like
yes,
real time experience means we can practice on the AWS website. That's what you are
yes,
referring as real
yes,
time experience.
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. That is also, and if you get an opportunity in organization, there you get a real time experience. That is also helps you to complete the certifications.
Okay.
So,
Because you
Ravi, like
have to, if you are going, yeah, 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 Lokesh.
in this course, we are going through each and every service in the AWS, right? Like we are exploring the services under the AWS, right?
Yes, we will start from EC2 instance. We will log in into the S3, how we create a S3. We will discuss how to delete the S3, and we'll discuss about the auto scaling. We'll discuss about the, not about discussing. We will do the practical session. I will show you, and you will try in your home actually. But here one concern is you have to create your own AWS account. The first 1 year is free. Okay. So if you have already have an AWS account and it has been completed 1 year, then create one another email ID and create an AWS account with help of that specified email actually. Okay. So one point to be noted here is for 1 year AWS is free. Okay. And we should be very, very cautious while using the services, because if you create and forgotten, right, the billing goes so high. And the whole thing is in dollars, not in Indian rupees actually. Okay, so you should be very careful. Once you use it, create it, do the R&D and all, and after that simply delete that infrastructure. It will stop your building sector.
So,
When
Ravi,
it is
one question. So, these all this like a
Yes,
AWS cloud, right? So nothing but
yes,
a data centers, like a big data centers
yes,
in every
yes,
region. So sharing in
yes,
this.
yes,
Okay, okay.
yes. Basically, if you see in a layman layout, the data center is there, but the whole main thing is maintained by cloud providers, I would say. Okay, they will create their own data centers. Okay, the maintenance, everything is their headache. The only thing is you have to go and use it and delete it. That is what the users are doing right now. This technology has decreased the investment of the companies, because if you want to maintain a data center, like lakhs of rupees, crores of rupees are to be maintained. But when you come to cloud, it is not like that actually. Jonathan, you are telling something, right?
Uh, you are saying like AWS account 1 year first year is free, right? Then where the charges
Yes.
come into the picture?
There
And
are few services which are billable actually, because what happens here is when you create an account, Everything will be available for you. It is not like that you can't use it. Okay, if you go for instance, like for few instance you will have, it is free for your usage. It will suggest there. Means besides your name, besides the instance name, you will have this is free to use. Those things only you have to use it. If you go for next level of things, then it will be difficult actually, right?
Okay.
I will show you that, Janardhan. Actually, tomorrow I will show
Yeah,
you
yeah, I
how the
got it.
console
Yeah,
looks. Yeah.
yeah,
So then you will able to, because thinking and visualizing is difficult. If I directly show you, right, then you will able to get an understanding of it.
yeah, got it.
Okay. So if everything is good, then can we proceed to conclude this call today?
Yeah, when I mean like, is there like a finalized like this course will start from so and so date onwards, or that is yet to be finalized?
Means now we are doing the demo sessions. I guess our
Yes.
support team will directly touch with you. I will suggest
Okay.
them to be in touch. So the first few days will be demo, like 3 or 2 days will be the demo, and after that we will go into the full fledged of live course on that actually.
Okay. Got it.
So that is what our
If
plan.
next day, yeah, if next demo means it is kind of like same again, it's the same demo or
No,
like
no, no. I will continue. I will continue. It is not like today what I have repeated that will not be discussed tomorrow. Just for first
okay.
10 minutes, I will discuss that these are the brief things we will discuss, and we'll continue the course actually. That is what the
Okay.
channeling I am planning.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. If you have any doubts or any queries related to the course, please approach the support team. Anyway, they will be in touch with you. Okay.
Yeah.
And we will work on it. Right. Okay.
Yeah. Sure.
All right, friends. Thank you. Thank you very much for
Yeah.
joining the session.
Yeah.